is Chand, and today we'll be focusing on yoga for knee pain. Some of you guys might be wondering, how can yoga help with knee pain? Well, yoga isn't just about flexibility, it's a lot about strengthening and focusing on our breath. So today we'll be doing all three. Let's get started. We'll start with our big toes together and our knees wide apart, and walking our hands to the top of our mat in a pose called Tadpole. Slowly bringing your chest to the mat and your forehead to the mat. Taking a deep breath in and out as you melt into the mat, noticing that little bit of stretch in your inner thighs. Noticing how your breath is going. Is it fast or slow? And just trying to pay attention to what's going on right now. Noticing that you're going to take some time just for yourself and your knees. Last breath here. Slowly walking your hands and bringing them underneath your shoulders as you come up onto your hands and knees into tabletop. Making sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders and your knees are directly under your hips. Coming into cat-cow and a little bit of balance here. Bringing our tailbone up, head up, and belly down as we inhale. Exhale as we bring our tailbone down, head down, and belly up. Going with the flow of our breath here. No need to rush. Last one on your own. Coming to a neutral spine here as we come into our first balance posture. Bringing our left heel up and then our right thumb up to the ceiling. Making sure our toes are pointing towards our nose. Inhale as we lengthen. Exhale as we just relax into the shape. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale as we tap our toes and our fingertips to our mat. Inhale as we come up. Exhale. If this is the first time you're doing this shape, that's okay. Last one here, inhale. Exhale as we bring our hands and our knees to the mat. We'll do this on the other side. This time, try to see if you notice your hips going back and forth. Eventually, the goal will be to make sure that our hips don't go back and forth. Inhaling our left thumb up and our right heel to the ceiling, bringing our toes towards our nose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale as we reach to the front in the back of our mat. Exhale as we tap down. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we tap down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and then bringing our hands and our knees to the mat. Coming to our first runner's lunge. So we'll bring our right foot to the top of our mat, right between our hands, and then bring our hands up to the ceiling. Relaxing our shoulders down. Inhale as we lengthen, and then bringing our hands to our hips, making sure both of our hips are pointing to the front of our mat here. Inhale, and then exhale as we just lean a little bit forward. You'll notice a stretch right at the front of your thighs. If there's any pain, I would just ease back a little bit. Inhale, and then exhale as we come a little bit deeper. And then slowly bringing our tailbone to our heel, and we lengthen our front knee, bringing our right toes up to the ceiling. Inhale as we lengthen our spine, and then exhale as we come a little bit deeper, bringing our chest to our knees. You'll notice this stretch right on the back of our thighs and back of our lower leg. Staying here for one more breath. And then bringing our right foot to the mat as we come back up, bringing our hands to our hips as we lean forward again, feeling that stretch in the front of your left thigh. Inhale and exhale, and then bringing our tailbone back onto our left thigh, straightening our front knee, making sure our toes are pointing up. And then coming back up, and then bringing our right knee to the mat again, and both of our hands down. Coming back into our tabletop position here, we'll do this on the other side. Bringing our left foot up in between our hands. Inhaling, our hands up. Exhaling, bringing them to our hips. Making sure our hips are pointing to the front of the mat. Inhale, and then exhale as we lean forward, feeling that same stretch on the front of our right thigh. Inhale, and then exhale, feeling that stretch a little bit more. Then slowly straightening our front knee, bringing our left toes up. Inhale to lengthen our spine, and then exhale, bringing our chest to our knee, feeling that same stretch on the back of your thigh and your calf. And coming forward again, bringing your hands to our hips. And then exhale, feeling that stretch in the front of our right thigh. Bringing our front knee straight and our tailbone down again, bringing our left toes up to the ceiling. Inhale as we lengthen, and then exhale, folding forward. When you're ready, just coming forward, back into tabletop, bringing your left knee back, and then your hands to the mat. Bringing your hands, just walking them a little forward, curling your toes underneath, and then bringing our hips to the ceiling. As we come to our down dog, slowly pushing your heels to the mat. It's totally okay if your heels cannot touch the mat. I've been doing this for quite some time, and my heels definitely do not touch. Slowly walking
your dog by bending one knee and straightening the other, feeling that stretch all along your calf. When you're ready, just bringing your right leg up to the ceiling and then just relaxing right here, feeling the stretch, bending that right knee. You'll feel the stretch along the front of your right hip once more. And then straightening that knee again and then bringing it right in between our hands. Bringing our left heel down and then coming all the way up to standing. Here we are into warrior one, making sure our back foot is at a angle, so our toes pointing to the corner of the room and our front toes pointing to the front of our mat. When you look down, you should only be able to see your big toe. This protects your knee from more pain, from injury, anything like that. So you just want to be extra careful here. Inhale, and then just relax into the shape. Slowly bringing our back heel up as we come up onto our toes and bringing our hands to our hips. And then bringing our heels back down once again. And then slowly we want to walk our back foot slowly just a little bit to the front while we keep that bend in our front knee. And then again, we'll bring our heel up to the ceiling. We'll bring our hands to our chest, leaning forward just a little bit. You'll notice a little bit of pressure relieving from your low back. That's great. We'll come into our second balancing posture here. So when we're inhaling, we want to ground very strong into our front foot here. Making sure we're not wobbling. If we are, that's okay. Take an extra minute here and just get yourself strong again. Slowly, as we're exhaling, we'll bring our back foot and toes up as we come into warrior three. It's okay if you're wobbling, and it's totally okay to put your foot back down. Take a minute and then come back up. This posture is really good to strengthen your front knee, the leg that you're standing on. This strengthens our thighs. The front is our front of our thighs, the back thighs, our butt, and even our lower legs. To go a little step further, we can bring our back toes towards our nose. And then slowly bringing our left foot to meet our right foot. And just take a minute, shake out your right foot here. Whatever you need to do, you'll hear some cracks, and that's totally okay. And we'll come to the middle of our mat here. We'll do the same exact thing on our other leg. We'll step forward with our left foot and back with our right. Inhaling, bringing our hands up, and then exhaling as we come just down a little bit more, relaxing into the shape. You'll notice it this time that you'll notice a little bit more stretch in the front of our thighs. And that's great. Relaxing, bringing our hands to our hips if our arms are tired. Mine are, so mine are gonna come down. Inhaling and then exhaling. Again, looking down to our front leg. Can you see your big toe? Making sure our knee is not coming in. We want to make sure that our knee is pointing to the corner of our room. And then slowly bringing your back heel up as we come up on our toes, bringing our hands to our heart center. Inhaling as we ground really strong into our front leg. And then slowly as we exhale, bringing our right toes up. Inhale, being very strong. It's okay if you wobble, it's okay if you fall. Get back into the shape when you're able to. Inhale, and then exhale. You'll notice that one side is a lot stronger than the other side, and that's totally fine, that's normal. As you keep doing this over and over, you'll notice that your legs are becoming equally as strong. And then slowly bringing your right foot to meet the left. Then we'll come to the center of our mat again, right in the middle. We'll come into a shape called pyramid. This is really good to stretch out the back of our thighs or our hamstrings. So we'll step forward with our right foot and let back just a little bit with our left. We'll set ourselves up, so we want to make sure our feet are on like railroad tracks here. So just wide enough. Making sure our hips are pointing to the front of the room here, or front of our mat. Bringing our hands to our hips, bringing our chest all the way up to the ceiling, and then exhaling, just bending forward just a little bit. And once you're halfway, take a deep breath in and out. And then on the next inhale, we want to lengthen our spine. And then exhale as we come down. And then you can rest your hands on your shins, or if you're able to, you can bring your hands to the mat. I can bring the tips of my fingertips down, so I'll be keeping them right there. Some are able to bring their whole hands down, and if you can't, that's okay. Your shin is right here. Our goal is to keep our low back straight as possible, and then keeping our knees with a slight bend, our front knee with a slight bend. Inhale and then exhale. We'll take a few extra breaths here as we feel that stretch on the back of our front thigh. Last breath here, inhale, and then staying here for the exhale. We'll come up very slowly here, bringing our hands to our hips, bringing our front knee to a bend, and then inhale as we come to a halfway point. Exhale here so we don't get dizzy. And then inhale as we come all the way up to standing. And then just taking a minute, and then exhale again. We'll step to the front again, and then we'll come to the middle of our mat. Doing this on the left side, stepping forward with our left, back a little bit with our right. Making sure our hips are pointing forward. Hands at our hips. Inhale as we lift our chest up. Exhale as we fold forward. Coming to a halfway point, taking a deep breath in. And then out as we come forward. Again, remember, this side might be a little different than the other side, and it's okay to keep our hands on our shins while one hand is on the mat, or bringing both tips of our fingers to our mat. remembering to keep that bend in the front knee to avoid further pain or injury. Inhale, and then breathing into where you feel that stretch. If it's too much, walking your hands up to your thighs is okay. That will engage your core a little bit more, so be ready for that. Last breath here, inhale, and then exhale. Bending our front knee a little bit, bringing our hands, walking them up to our hips. Inhaling to a halfway point. Exhale so we don't get dizzy. Inhale all the way up. And then stepping to the front of our mat. Come to the middle of our mat here. We'll come into a posture called the chair pose. So we'll bring our feet together. Your feet might touch, some might not, and that's okay. Mine do not, but we want to make sure our thighs are close together. And then we'll bring our hips down almost like we're sitting into a chair, and then our hands up. If your hands and your shoulders are tired, you're more than welcome to bring your hands to heart center. Here, we want to make sure our knees are bent. And then if we lift our toes up, we feel strong. We're able to do so. So bringing the toes up, you can see mine wiggle here. That's what we want. That's the end goal of this posture. This posture strengthens our glute muscles and our thighs here. So we'll take a deep breath in and then out. As you do more and more of this shape, you'll become really strong and you'll want some more variations of this. One variation that's a love-hate relationship for me is a pulse. So you'll pulse down and up with the toes up. You'll notice lots of engagement in the hamstrings, the butt, our quads. But for now, if this is the first time, second time you're doing this shape, or your body's just tired, it's totally okay to just hang out here. Taking a deep breath in, and then exhale out. Inhale as we lengthen our spine. Exhale as we fold forward. Exhaling and just enjoying this shape. Keeping a small bend in our knee. We'll take a lot of pressure off of our low back. Coming into a little stretch for our IT band. We'll keep our right hand down. We'll bring a little bend into our right knee, keeping our left leg long. Inhale as we bring our right hand up to the ceiling. Exhale as we just stay here. You'll notice a stretch all along the side of your leg, depending on how tight you are. If we can't get here, that's okay. You can keep a small bend in that left knee as well. And slowly try to straighten as you do more and more of these shapes. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, and bringing our hands down to our mat. Bending our left knee here, keeping our left hand down, straightening our right knee, bringing our right hand up to the ceiling, and then exhale as we come into this shape. as we reach to the ceiling, and then exhale, just bringing our hands down, bringing both knees to a bend. Inhale as we come to a halfway lift, and then exhale as we put our hands down, bring our feet back as we stay in a plank. We'll stay here for 2 full breaths as we strengthen our core for the last time. Well, maybe last time. Inhale and then exhale. And then bringing our knees to our mat, and then just walking our hands back. And then sitting on our heels. You'll see that I'm on my toes and my tailbone is directly on top of my heels here. So this is a really good stretch for the bottoms of our feet. If we want a little bit more in our quads, what we can do is just walk our hands just slightly backwards, being very careful. You'll notice that the stretching intensifies on the bottoms of our feet, and you'll notice a little bit of a stretch on your quads. And then just walking forward as we bring our body to the mat. We'll come into single leg forward fold. So we'll bring our left leg forward in the sole of our right foot on the inside. Inhaling as we bring our hands up. We want to turn our belly button to our big toe. Inhale as we bring our spine straight, reach. And then exhale as we fold forward, keeping our low back straight so we don't have an injury. Inhale and then exhale as we bring our chest towards our shin. It's okay if you can't touch completely. Some days you will be able to, some days you won't. Today I cannot, and that's okay. Inhaling and then exhaling. Bending our front knee a little bit can provide a little bit more deeper stretch. Listening to your body helps with what your body needs right now. Inhale and then exhale. And then slowly walking ourselves up here. And then we'll swap our legs out, bringing the other leg long and the other sole of our feet to the inside of our thigh, bringing our hands up, turning our belly button to our big toes, and then just lean forward. Inhale to lengthen if you need it, and then exhale, folding forward. And again, this side might be different than the other side, and that's okay. We're naturally tighter on one side than the other. And slowly walking our hands back so we come to sitting. And then we'll come to a wide angle forward fold, bringing both feet wide and bringing our hands down, keeping our toes pointing to the ceiling here, and then just slowly walking forward, feeling that stretch again on the inners of our legs. Some might be able to come down to the forearm, other days you might not. Inhale and then exhale. And then slowly walking ourselves back to fully seated. We'll slowly slowly come down to our backs here. We have a few more postures here. Just slowly grabbing the backs of our thighs here and then slowly just coming down here. Bringing our knees close to our chest, giving ourselves a big old hug here. And just giving yourself a massage on your low back if you need it. A little sacral massage here. And then bringing the soles of our both feet, the bottoms of our feet to the mat, making sure the heel is as close as possible to our bottoms if able. And then we'll bring our palms facing the mat. Inhale and then exhale. And then inhale as we bring our hips up to the ceiling as we come into bridge. And then exhale as we bring our tailbone pointing towards our knees here. This is a very good core strengthener, butt strengthener. It also strengthens our quads, so the fronts of our thighs. Inhale and then exhale. We'll stay here for one more breath. Inhale and then exhale as we come back down, and then giving ourselves a hug, bringing our knees in one more time just to do a countermeasure. Then bringing the bottom of our left foot to the mat, and then bringing our right ankle over our left thigh as we come into figure four, or as we set ourselves up for supine pigeon. Making sure our right toes are flexed, so pointing our toes. If you're getting enough of a stretch on the side of our hip, on our side of our right hip here, then you can stay here. If you think you need a little bit more, or you would like a little bit more, then slowly bringing your left toes up and then bringing your left knee into your chest. You can interlace your fingers behind your left thigh or in front of your left shin. And then staying here, pointing all 10 toes up. If you feel a deep stretch here, great. Just stay here and breathe into the stretch. If you want a little bit more, you can slowly try to bring your right foot towards the left side. You'll feel that stretch a little bit more on the side of your right hip and the side of your right thigh. Inhaling and then exhaling. And then bringing your left foot down to the mat again, and then bringing your right foot to the mat. Do this on the other side. Bring our left ankle to our right thigh. Staying here if this is enough, or bringing your right knee towards your chest and pointing all 10 toes up. You can take any variation here if you would like. Noticing how our breath is here than it was at the beginning of the video, beginning of our practice. And then slowly bringing the bottoms of both feet to our mat, Keeping our left leg long here and then bringing our right knee into our right shoulder or towards our right shoulder. Staying right here as we set up for our supine twist. And then we'll use our left hand on the outside of our right thigh to guide that right knee towards the left side. And then bringing our right hand long as we look towards the opposite side of where our knee is. And then slowly coming back up to center, bringing our right leg long, and then our left knee towards our left shoulder, and then guiding our left knee with our right hand as we bring our left knee towards the right, and then our left hand long as we look towards our hand. And then slowly come back to center, either bringing both legs long and then bringing our hands to our belly. If your low back is bothering you, you can bend both knees to relieve some tension off of your low back. Taking a deep breath in and out as we take a few moments in our last shape, Savasana. Noticing our inhale and our exhale. Noticing how our body is feeling, melting our body into our mat. Bringing some gratitude towards yourself for doing something for yourself, taking care of your body. And slowly just rolling over to your favorite side and then pushing yourselves up back into seated here as we come to an end. Bringing our hands up to the ceiling and then bringing our hands down to our heart and then resting our hands wherever we would like, wherever they're comfortable. Slowly opening your eyes as we conclude this video. Take some time for yourself. Be happy that you did something for your knee pain. Hopefully it's a little bit better, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.